Hi, my name is Troy Dayak. I'm the director for West Coast Soccer here in Northern California. This is our first edition of the Director's Chair. This is an area that we can reach out to our membership and those that are interested in our program and explain some of the things that we're working on, some of the programs that we're implementing, some of the events that we're executing, and generally just answer some Q&A, some questions and answers. Our first topic is going to be tryouts, and this is a time of year where a lot of players are trying out, and for us, we've had a lot of experience with tryouts, and we kind of understand that the younger age group, it's very, very nerve-wracking for these young kids to go out to a tryout. Sometimes they'll be, the parents will drag them out to 3 or 4 different clubs and want them to try out. They're in different environments, different climates, turf, grass, players that they don't know, unfamiliar faces, clipboards, coaches in polo shirts and things like that. So what we'd like to do is make it a lot more comfortable for the players to actually try out. So we've formulated a new plan and we've implemented a new structure in our tryouts. It's called the Tryout Series. And in this Tryout Series, we've basically taken our Winter Academy, where we have our players come during the winter time and get some extra training. And now we've implemented a tryout process during that Winter Academy. During this Winter Academy, we have 5 different dates that the players are invited to. We'd like to see all the players come out to the tryouts. This gives them an opportunity to be around the coaches, get to know the coaching staff for the program, get to know the environment, the field, just have a general sense of comfort when they come out. In fact, our first night of tryouts last night, in the tryout series, we didn't even put them in pennies. We didn't have any clipboards. We wanted the kids to feel comfortable and feel welcome. This way, our players that come out can be invited and also share experiences with new players and not feel like they're being watched over by coaches with clipboards and drills. We put them in exercises that our coaching staff are very familiar with, and we identify players just by experience of having our background in coaching. Here at West Coast Soccer, we have no parent volunteer coaches. We have only paid, qualified, licensed staff members that don't have players or kids playing in the program. It's all about the game and the club and the player and the teams. So it makes it very easy for us to work together and work together for a common goal to develop the best possible teams and club that we can. One of the questions that we had during the week from the parents was, what is West Coast Soccer looking for in a player? This is a good question because every club's going to be different, and it's okay to be a recreational minded, an intermediate minded club or a competitive club. Every club's going to have their different focus and their different philosophies and principles. Our club philosophy and directive is to develop players to the highest possible level that we can. We have a women's Premier League team that plays in the WPSL, and there's pro amateurs. They're playing against some great names like Brandy Chastain, CC, and some recent international players that played in the Women's World Cup. Many of our players that go through our program here at West Coast actually play on our WPSL team. In fact, our national championship girls this last year, we actually played them in an entire game against the Fresno Fuego in the WPSL. What a great experience playing against mature college and professional athletes. With our young tryouts, we want to make sure that most of the players that come do have an opportunity to be showcased and get that feeling of what we're all about. So the competitive-minded player is what we're looking for. We're very animated in our coaching philosophy and principles to get the most out of our players. So we want them to have fun, but we also want to see a player that's comfortable on the ball, that's not afraid to engage in physical action and play, and just overall love the game. We love to see the players that just want to play and don't want to come off the field. Our last tryout, we had a wonderful time. We had different stations where our coaching staff were at each station, and we shared different players in different age groups, and we passed them along as we went to different stations and evaluated them with each group. So identifying players is kind of a trait from our perspective as a club, that we know what we're looking for, and we talk about it amongst the coaching staff, and we want those players that are comfortable and engaging in each practice and each game. Another question that we had was, what is West Coast's stance on the U.S. soccer mandations that are upcoming? Well, in 2016, it has been announced by both the playing leagues that we participate in, which is Cal North and NorCal, that they're going to switch to an age-pure age matrix. So if you're a 2005 or 2006 born child, you have to play in your age group. Our stance and our philosophy is, again, our directive is to develop players to the highest level possible. If there's a younger player that's capable of playing at an older age group, we're not going to hold that player back just because a mandation says that they have to be in a certain age group. We're going to follow all the rules and guidelines that U.S. Soccer has put out, but the age of the player is really not defining what the team will entail. If there's a younger player that's capable of playing and we feel that they're going to contribute to the team and to the club, they'll be placed on the appropriate team and the appropriate division. So we're really excited about the upcoming year. We had a great first tryout with a lot of new players and familiar faces. We have another tryout coming December 9th and the 14th and the 16th. And then on January 9th, we have our final tryout of the tryout series. The tryout series will allow these kids to feel comfortable, and by the 9th, all these players should feel really comfortable, know the coaching staff, know the players around them, and kind of know our philosophy. And that way we think that they're going to perform their best. So we're excited about the tryout series. If you have any further questions or comments, please email me at doc@westcoastsoccerclub.com. And who knows, maybe your question will be the topic of next week's Director's Chair. Thank you.